why in an angry situation or in a very normal situation do I get triggered so easily?
In a very normal situation.
Something that's not even that big of a deal.
Okay.
Why am I getting triggered so easily?
Okay, I think I need to answer it from a therapist who has worked with a lot of trauma.
Yeah.
First of all, the normal situation is very subjective. What is apparently seen as normal may be normal for you, but may not be normal for your mind or your psyche.
Okay.
So it is looking for what is not normal. Our brain is always engaged in protecting you for survival. So the brain is always engaged in looking at, within this normal, what is probably not normal connected to the past.
Okay.
So your brain will brain will catch any data which looks as not natural to the historical mind that you have.
I see.
So if you have gone through serious trauma in the past, for example, right, anything that is, let's say you were stabbed by a knife, when you go to a shop, a regular shop, grocery shop, if a knife is sitting on the counter, simply that, for maybe the owner took the knife for cutting something and break whatever, but that knife, that scene of knife, is for all others it's natural, normal scene, right? For you, it will trigger trauma.
I see.
Okay, so basically your brain has been almost always guarding you against a potential threat from a knife because of your past trauma involving serious knife.
See.
So now, if you haven't especially processed your trauma, you're gonna be dysfunctional with the sight of this knife. So that's
the reason.
It's always a
There's
reason.
always a reason.
Always a reason.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, I also just wanted to ask you as well. I think you did mention that in one of the conversation that a lot of people does ask that does trauma play a big part in depression, which I think it does.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. If you look at trauma, trauma is an anxiety disorder. Usually post-traumatic symptoms, PTSD and whatever we call as more trauma, they are more anxiety disorder. This is technical, but anxiety disorder means basically trauma I explain as violation of your boundary. So violation of your boundary means what? Remember I earlier told you anxiety means your body is trying to finish some unfinished business. Connect both now. Now, for example, if trauma is a violation of boundary, someone or something has violated your physiological, psychological, emotional, spiritual, whatever kind of boundaries. Now, your body is in a constant effort to readdress that, rebalance that. So that movement is called the anxiety in you. So that's why it's called an anxiety disorder. Okay? Now, I'm speaking in a very layman's terms to understand what it means as an anxiety disorder. Now, the problem, however, though, your body is moving through these experiences, right? So, repeated experience of unmanaged psyche, unmanaged body, unmanaged psyche, and all the challenges that come along with you makes you into a place where obviously the physical hormones, which is serotonin and other what you call life enhancing hormones, become more and more depleted. So it paves way into more depressive experiences, because then what happens? Vitality, as I explained, lack of vitality is depression, right? Now, when a person is trying to resolve something, think of that. For example, trauma happened, the person is trying to resolve, repeated efforts of resolving is not effective. Nightmares, struggles, and dysfunctional life, everything is out of balance, right? When that happens, the normal routine of a person is dysfunctional now. Now, what happens is every effort to reach out and get help becomes not addressed or responded. Then what happens, it sets in, is the inability to be active and activated. So activation is another part of why because again, both of them have physiology in it, right? Depression and anxiety. So your body start not having enough activation. right? It doesn't walk enough. It doesn't speak enough.
Yeah.
It doesn't enjoy life enough.
Yeah.
It doesn't have any romance. It doesn't have good food. It emotionally eating, you have junk food and whatever it is. What happens? Your activation of your body becomes stagnant. From an energy point of view, your bodily energy and everything becomes stagnant. Think in that way too. Basically, the vitality becomes less and less and less, right, in you. So, I mean, this is the way it goes into clinical depression. A person then not able to operate with a sense of themselves. Obviously, there are so many other components, but trauma, because of the trauma involves a lot of physiological changes, environmental changes that consumes a person. And think of this, it's not only just trauma, it's not only causing a physiological and emotional, psychological problem, financial problem, right? Relational problem. So think of from different levels, a person is crippled.
I see.
Then the more helpless a person becomes, their body becomes, you're depleted of any energy in your body. So that's what happens. It sets into depression. Obviously, I mean, there is the brain physiology attached to it. One of the things I always say about brain physiology, because the emotional experience and pain experience remain in the same space of the brain, what happens, negative emotional experiences, obviously attached to everything, creates a conducive space for more pain experience, obviously. And the more painful, emotional pain we call, right? Physical pain, emotional pain. Anyway, again, pain is an experience, a perception. Now, as it increases, naturally body goes into more, what you call a depressive stage, even if from a hormonal stage, hormonal standpoint. Yeah.
Wow. Very different.
Yeah, I know. You will get a lot of, because,
a lot of knowledge, I guess.
A lot of things that I've been reflecting and understanding about human life and experience, their bodily mechanism and so on. So that's the reason I would take you through those ways to understanding it.